What's going on, guys? Today I received 2 Bullwhips from Torrance Fisher at Swordguy Builds. Enjoy. So as I mentioned, here I have 2 whips from Tory. One of them I commissioned him to make, and the other one Sarah bought me because she's an awesome girlfriend. I have, of course, already unboxed it. I couldn't help myself. As soon as I realized that it was delivered to my door, I flew all the way from work to home, took it to work, and opened them up. So this is everything that was in the box. 2 whips, fall, 2 crackers, and some business cards. Let's go ahead and start with these. So just like last time when I received my 5-foot Whiskey Beauty whip from Tory, he included a bunch of business cards, an extra fall for that whip, and some crackers. Let me do my best to go ahead and untie these. I knew I should have done that. Wasn't very hard at all. Look at that. Alright, so on his business card, Swordguy Builds, Torrance Fisher, at Swordpelbury on Instagram, his email address, and his link to his Etsy shop. I highly recommend you guys check out his Etsy page. He has tremendous work. I cannot recommend him enough. He included an extra brown paracord fall, but that's pretty cool. I think these are really interesting falls. It starts out with the eye here, it goes into a twist, it goes inside of itself and gets burned there on the tip. It's a very durable fall. It almost feels like leather, to be honest. All right, and he included 2 white crackers, very nicely twisted, beautiful white nylon. Those will work. Now, the first whip right here in the front, this is the one that Sarah bought me from his page. This is a 5-foot nylon bullwhip, 28 plat. It's really nice. He used some blue and some black to create this wonderful piece of art. Beautiful detail. Everything in this handle, everything is very tightly plaited. Very nice knot. I like that little twist there on the end with that nylon. Also a lot of decorative plaiting in here. So cool. Then it goes right into a herringbone all the way down to the English eye hitch for the fall. Yes, this is an English eye fall hitch. I wouldn't even say it's a hitch, it's just an English eye. But what this does, this is almost the same concept of the junction between the handle and the thong of a stock whip. So essentially, there's a loop on the end here of the thong that gets tucked through, and when you make the fall, same concept when you have the eye of your fall ready to be inserted, it works just like a stock whip. But along with the detail, we have a really tight knot holding the black nylon cracker. Here's a better look at this one. The 5-foot 28 plat nylon bullwhip in electric blue and black. I love Sarah so much for getting me this whip from his page. This is great. Love this one. What I have here now is a 6-foot nylon bullwhip with a black thong, emerald green knots. We have 3 knots here. Gorgeous finished oak handle. Tory turned this on a lathe himself. Everything about this handle is superb. I see no mistakes. I see no cracks. So this was a whip that I commissioned him to make. I gave him some blueprints, well, a blueprint. I'll talk about that here in just a second. But essentially, this is everything that I wanted for this whip. Relatively long wooden handle. I didn't care what kind of wood, as long as it was darker and sort of aged looking. Emerald green knots, a black thong with a bunch of fancy plaiting. I literally told him, this is your canvas, do what you want. A brown fall and a white cracker, because I think it flashes in contrast to the rest of the whip. So let me set this down for just a second, and I'll show you the blueprint that I made for Tory to follow along with. This is not the most professional blueprint, but this is what I essentially asked him to do. All of the physical specs, 6 feet, black thong, or what does that say? Yeah, thong. I also wanted the inlaid knot. I didn't know where I wanted it placed, so I had him choose. Just go ahead and turn so I can see better, of course. I wanted some fancy plaiting down the thong just because I think it would look pretty cool, even for just being a single tone whip. Along with the knots, I was thinking it would be cool to have some plaiting here in between the transition knot and just another decorative knot there on the thong. An English eye was an absolute must. I've never had that on a whip before. So while some things did have to be changed for everything to work in the long run, I really think Torrance still hit the nail right on the head with what I wanted. This was exactly what I had in mind. I almost feel like it represents my personality somehow. I know it's a really weird thing to say, and don't be judgmental, I'm just being honest. I mean, holding the whip and feeling the rollout, the color scheme here with just almost a natural yet darker, and I don't really know what kind of classification you would put it under. It's just great. Just the fact that you can literally go out of your way to create a blueprint or tell the maker of any given whip or any given maker along with that. Just the fact that you can tell them what you want, you can give them blueprints, and they can do it for you, and they're happy to do it. And I think that's the most important part about it. And I suppose that's why I'm so happy to now have this in hand. It's great. Before I forget, let me give you a closer look of this whip. Once again, 6 feet, wooden handle, nice, gorgeous oak, black thong, emerald green knots, brown fall, and a white cracker for the contrast. Closer look at the handle. Very nice inlaid knot. And the decorative one there on the thong. Everything about this is truly beautiful. In terms of all of my shorter whips that I have in my collection, I really think this is my favorite one now. Unfortunately, the weather today is very windy, very snowy, and cold. It's gross out there. While the nylon would stick up to the weather, I would probably wimp out. I really don't want to go out there. So cracking this will have to wait. I'm just really glad I got to feel the rollout while I was at work. Torrance, I have to assume you're watching this. You're a great friend. I love your craft. This is some of the best I've ever seen in terms of nylon. And of course, it was a genuine pleasure doing business with you. Along with a link to his channel, which you should check out. There's a link down there for his Etsy page also. He has a lot of whips in stock as we speak. He's always putting stuff out there. If you want to commission one from him, the same way I did, just hit him up and tell him what you want. I'm positive he can do it for you. Thank you all so much for watching, and